Hello guys, welcome back to Theory Masterclass, and today with me I have Mr. Jimmy Tsering here, and he is an independent trainer and a tech enthusiast and also a leader in making. So welcome Jimmy, thank you so much for coming here.
Okay, thank you. I think that was too much to say, but still, thank you so much, and very pleased to be here on Theory Masterclass. Okay, so looking forward to a good conversation. Yeah.
Exactly. So Jimmy, for the viewers here today, we thought of talking a little bit about the team. Actually, the team, which is the very important component or a part of any organization. So without the team, I don't think any organization could level up and do good thing in life. So on this note, Jimmy, what it is to you, the team mean?
I think, yeah, as you rightly pointed out, today lots of organizations and lots of startups, they really focus on team. And I think, the one component why team is such a important factor in determining, especially in business and especially in startup, is because in today's world, it's no more about one single person, climbing all the way to the top, or one person doing everything.
Right.
So today's world, if we see in 21st century, then there are various set of skills that our organization should possess in order to have a successful output. True. So that's quite not possible, like unlike in olden days, to be delivered by a single person.
Okay.
So then I think today's time, it's more about leveraging people in the team.
Okay.
It's more about having a set of people with various skills that balance their strengths and weaknesses. So that in turn helps the organization to take decisions in a more diverse and a more holistic way, which delivers a better result than actually a single person doing it. So I think that's quite important about team when it comes to team.
Got it. So having said that, team is so important very important in any kind of organization. So it's always easier to say than done. So how do you build a good team?
Yeah, exactly. I think often a lot of teams come together in the beginning and they have a very good coordination in the initial stage.
Okay.
But then over the time, some team don't pull together, and some team they really pull together. So I think one factor that really determines in the team is about what you are actually ready to sacrifice for the team.
I see.
So it's not about one person taking up the role of other person. Okay. I think it's not about them. So it's more of about what I am ready to do for the team and having actually trust in the team.
Okay.
That if this situation happens to me, or if this situation occurs to me, then they will do it for me. So for example, if you listen to lots of other life coach and let's say other management consultants, then like especially Simon Sinek and all, they would say that the real factor that pulls in the team together is that they have the immense belief in the team that if this happens to me, they will do it for me.
I see.
So they have that. For example, the best example given is in a military combat team.
Okay.
So these people, they have to really act on the spot in a real battlefield. So then even if the enemy fires are just coming up, right?
Okay.
So then why does one person from the team go and pull the injured one, or the shoulder hit? Why do you take that risk?
Yeah.
Because the person who is actually taking that risk, despite the enemy fires coming in, he knows that if he was the person who is lying there, they would come for me. So this sense of understanding is in the team, and I think that's one factor that should be having in the team. It's more of like when we think about team, we never think a husband and a wife as a team. We always say like the spouse, their internal matters, family. So we always push that out of from the professional line. But if you actually see between a husband and a wife, there's a sense that if this happens to me, he would do it for me. Or if this happens to her, he would do it for her.
Okay.
So for example, let's say if the man, if he has an accident and if he gets paralyzed,
I see.
then that man has a sense that my wife will look after me, and the wife have the same sense.
Yep.
So these trusts actually should be in the organization.
Okay.
That if this situation occurs to any of the team, they should really do it. I think so. That's the most important thing that should be having the team, because you are not expecting anything. You just know that if I am in that situation, they will help me. So I got to help it. So I got to do it. So this sense there, I think that's very much important in any team.
Wow, that's a golden. I must say there's a lot of nuggets here, and you said more than financial. Of course, financial incentives is important, but rather than touching on the financial incentives, rather than touching on giving bonuses, giving the comfortable facilities, it was so fascinating that you mentioned on the point that it's all about doing something else for your team, which you think that he or she will do if something happens to you.
So it's more. I think it's more of like not like what you get from the team. It's like what you can give to the team.
So I think that to happen that one. So there should be some catalyst, right?
Yeah.
Which will accelerate to do this. So one thing that you mentioned is about trust. I think that really works, because now see, if we are a team and if something happens to you, so literally I will do for you.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because I trust you, and at the same time you trust me, and maybe I might have done something else. You might have done something else in my life in the past, so that I have to do it back. So on this note, one thing to highlight is you need to do something else for your team, anything, a little bit or a big thing, despite the situation or despite anything else. Is it that way? What is it?
Actually, if we see it, in an instance, what you are saying is actually true. But actually, what I feel is that, it's not I think it's not really that, it's not that really that black and white, or that yes or no. So it's more nuanced and more, it's more nuanced and more subtle.
I see.
So seeing, in a way, I think that level of trust can only come when you have a deep admiration for each other.
I see.
And that deep admiration can only come when you are, when you have a group of people in a team who are very much like-minded.
Okay.
So this like-mindedness and also the deep admiration for each other actually enables you to do and sacrifice for your team.
Okay.
It's not about one person always doing for the team. So that one person knows that, okay, so at the moment I'm in a better financial stage, I'm at a better emotional stage, okay, I'm doing fine, I'm financially independent, so he's able to support the team.
Okay.
But then, in the long run, he knows that with my continuous support, okay, the team can actually rise, because he have that deep admiration in his team, or he or she have that deep trust in the team that can actually rise.
So here the question is now, how do we pull in the like-minded team now? So when you call in the team now, when the recruiting process happens, sometimes we could be so blind that we get some wrong people in our team.
Yeah.
And how do we will deal with these people now?
Okay, so I think to answer what you are asking, I think we need to touch on actually what's the scope of the team, or what's the boundary of the team.
Okay.
So what consists of team, or what comprises of a team.
Okay.
So usually, I think previously team was I think lots of people got introduced to the word team because it was a football team or volleyball team.
Okay.
So team was more of like
got you. Sports.
So it was like more of a sport thing, and it was more of the conventional idea was more of like a physical team. So all the team members has to be together. They has to hang out together. Has to go together. I think that idea is now quite redundant.
Okay.
So I think what we should do is that today, when we are in the 21st century and so much enabled by technology, so you don't get all your team members at once, I think.
Okay.
So you pick your team over the years.
Okay.
So over the years, you get introduced to some like-minded people, to people you can actually first things you can click with.
Okay.
Right. So then you have just known that person, and like in next few minutes, you're in very deep conversation about all those philosophies, all those ideas, all those growth that you imagine about. So I think, so to answer that, having said that, team is just not team need not really be physical together, or need not team really work in the same office. So team can be scattered all around. So all you need is that I have a group of people who trust in me.
Okay.
I have a group of people to whom actually I can trust. Okay, so even if I go broke today, even if my business goes bankrupt, okay, I can ask for help. I can survive. So I think that sense should be given by the team.
All right. So so the overall thing that we need to understand here is team is all about trust. One thing.
Yeah.
It's about trust. Trust between the employer and the employee. The trust between the teammates, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So with the trust, you can do anything. You can achieve any heights because you think that you are doing for each other. So with this note, I'd like to end our session here. So thank you so much, Jimmy, for sharing your thoughts and views. So just want to put a disclaimer here. Jimmy and myself, we are not at all expert on team.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
We are not at all experts on team, but having said that, what we are trying to do is we are trying to share our thoughts and views on what really is team and why it is so important. So once again, thank you so much, Jimmy, for sparing us some of your time. And viewers, hope you would like it. Share your thoughts, views after listening to our interview, and do let us know what can we do for the next video with Theo Masterclass. Thank you.
Yeah, just to reiterate the demand, we are no expert on this topic, so please tell us what you feel about team in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you.